In this video, we are going to go over what editing software are. So, editors refer to any software capable of manipulating digital and or visual media, so which means it is capable of editing both images, still and moving, or sounds. Editing graphics, video, and sound. Modern editing software can encompass all three of these elements and allow the user to compile a video and edit or alter its sound, add images and or text, and also add extra effects. Editing media has never been more accessible than it is now because there are many options for editing photos, videos, and sound for personal computers, tablet, and laptop computers, and also mobile phones. So here are some of the things we'll cover in this presentation. They include graphic editors, their features and the basics of graphics editing and also popular graphics editors. We'll also cover video editors, their features, basics of video editing and what we can do with the video editing software and popular video editing software. We'll also cover video editors and also their features and popular video editors. Modern editing software and how they encompass all three of these elements. So first of all, we are going to go over graphics editors or photo editors. These are software which can edit images, most commonly used either to manipulate raster images, the likes of photographs captured through optical cameras, or computer-generated vector graphics. They are available for both personal and tablet computers and also mobile devices. Further subdivision can also be drawn, which is 3D modeling or rendering software, which operate on 3D or third degree planes, and people can model and render images or objects in 3D. So basics of most image editors. So as we have learned before, raster images are comprised of a grid of picture elements or pixels, what is referred to as pixels, tiny dots, or squares which make up these photos. These pixels contain the image's color and brightness information, which then projects the image on a digital plane. So image editors can change the pixels to alter the image in numerous ways. This includes changing the pixels individually or by sophisticated algorithms selectively within the image editor. Images, on the other hand, utilizes curves and points instead of pixels to generate graphics. So here are some of the things we can do with image editing or graphics editing softwares. They include automatic image enhancement. So what is referred to as automatic image enhancement could be what you guys recognize as filters. So these are one-click inbuilt options in the software which offer corrections in the likes of hues, brightness, red eye removal, sharpness, and cropping and straightening. So this is a simple method for someone who isn't very adept at all the complex features. So they allow you to alter the whole image with just one click and then bring changes within those filters if desired. And then there is digital data compressing, which means decreasing the file size of the image. This is separated into lossy compression, such as the common JPEG formats, where resizing or compressing lowers the quality of the image, and also lossless compression such as PNG formats. Now we are going to go over selection tool options in most graphics editing software. So they include selecting rectangular or other polygon shapes, freehand selection, and selecting a range based on luminescence or brightness, color, saturation, etc. And vector-based pen tools, where you are editing vector images, adding elements into a raster file, which are vector elements, and composing a whole new picture. As well as these, there are more advanced facilities in some of the higher-end software, such as edge detection, masking, alpha compositing, and color channel-based extraction. Now we are going to go over some of the more common features of graphics editors, which almost all the graphics editors have. They include layers, which allow you to work on a image based on layers, which allows adding and removing of individual elements as seen here. without altering the layers beneath or on top of it. And then there is resizing or size alteration, which means change in the image's size and its composition. Resizing an image when upscaling the quality depends on the raw photo. Cropping, so this means removing an unwanted area of an image to make it smaller or to remove an element that you don't want to be seen. And then there is image adjustments, which means adjusting for colors, tones, perspectives and brightness. So this can be either for aesthetic reasons to make it more beautiful or for corrective reasons, because some of the analog uh, optical cameras can capture images which are overexposed, which means the images do not appear as how a human eye would perceive it. So corrections need to be made. Uh, a photographer or someone editing an image might also choose to alter the image for aesthetic reasons, making it black and white using high dynamic range to change the whole look of the picture. So this is an example of an artistic photo manipulation. So what you can see is someone took pictures of a rainy sky over London, a grouper, a girl and two birds, and then edited them all together to make art. So this is a genre of art that is widespread today, which allows a person to compile pictures together to make artistic photos. So these are some of the more popular graphics editors. For vector editing, we have Adobe Illustrator, which is one of the more professional ones, Concept, Draw Pro, Procreate for macOS, and Corel Draw and Draw Plus. And for raster editing or for normal photographs, we have Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Lightroom, which are the more professional and high-end options, and then Corel Photo Paint, and also more accessible and more common ones for mobile phones such as Snapseed, PixArt, things like that. Now we are going to go over video editing or motion picture editing. So here it performs the function of post-production editing, which was previously done manually using flatbed celluloid film editing tools and reels of still images which were connected end-to-end. So now all of this is done digitally on a computer, and modern editing software, unlike the editing of old, can perform these post-production tasks non-linearly, which means a section of the video can be edited which is not in a sequence in the middle of the software, in the middle of the whole video in any time. It is typically based on a timeline interface paradigm where sections of moving image video recordings known as clips are laid out in their desired sequence and played back. So as you know, even video is made up of still images, roughly 24 images per second on the higher end, which are played back in a sequence. So that is the basic unit of a video, which can be edited individually. And then there are another division which are clips or shorter videos that can then be compiled to form the longer motion pictures. So some of the features of video editors. These are some of the basic features, which include trimming and splitting, which means removing a section of a video before or after a clip or even in between, leaving the desired portion and dividing lengthy videos to short clips for easy editing. Then there's color manipulation, which means changing the colors and tones in a video to suit an aesthetic or to correct faults. So similarly as in photos, videos sometimes can be overexposed or have issues with their color, which is unlike what is perceived by the human eye or what the director or the person editing wants it to look like. So in this case, a person can go in and correct the colors for aesthetic reasons or to correct the faults in it. Splicing and compiling. So this means adding or joining two or more clips together to form a longer video. Visual effects. So as you can observe now, a lot of things like stunts, dangerous things, and things that are expensive to produce in real life can be done entirely on a computer through computer generated imagery or CGI. So this is done in post-production. Popular video editing software. So these include software such as Adobe Premiere Pro, Final Cut Pro for macOS, Adobe Premiere Elements, Corel Video Studio, Filmora, Cyberlink, Power Director, Pinnacle Studio, KineMaster, and Adobe After Effects. So now on to audio editors. So similar as before, the subject of manipulation only changes in this as implied from visual media to auditory media or sound, but everything else remains roughly the same as video editors. You can split, splice, cut and compile audio clips to produce desired effects. Also manipulate sounds to come up with entirely new ones, as in the case of electronic dance music, EDM, trap and house music. So these are entirely synthetic sounds produced by altering a recorded sound digitally to produce an entirely new sound. Audio editors, however, go beyond scoring and music into the realm of sound effects or SFX. So once a video is taken, when you need to add sound into it, you use an audio editor to compile the sounds that you want to add into the video, which could include someone speaking and also a combination of it and music. Basics of audio editing. So these are some of the things that you can do through audio editing, which include pitch alteration, which means making it louder or more silent. Frequency alteration, which means changing the time between two waves of an audio. Fade ins and fade outs in the case of motion pictures to make the sound appear as if it's coming in from farther and coming nearer or fading out into the distance. And things like auto-tune, which can be done in real time or post-production to adjust sound, usually voice, using inbuilt algorithms. So this is done in the case of singers who sing live or even record songs, which is later then edited through auto-tune to make it sound more pleasing. Reverberation and equalization and noise reduction. So as in the case of video, some of the recorded sounds are not to the desired quality of what the person may want. So they can cancel out the reverberations and then equalize the sound and reduce the background noise, leaving the desired sound. So here are some of the popular audio editors, which include Adobe Auditions, Audacity, SoundForge Studios, Ocean Audio, Free Audio Editors, Shampoo Media Studio, Acoustica, and Cocos Reaper, GarageBand, and also WebBed. Thank you.